When you think about our planet, what's the one thing that truly sets it apart? It's the ocean. This massive, life-giving force is an absolute gift, a source of wonder. But it's also sending us a really clear, really urgent warning. Let's dive in. So let's start with just one number, 70.8%. That is how much of our planet's surface is covered by water. I mean, just think about that for a second. It's a staggering amount. And it is the single biggest reason Earth is the living, breathing world we call home. And, this quote really nails it. There's a reason we call it the water planet. It's not just some cute nickname, right? It's the very essence of what makes life here possible. Out of all the planets we know of, ours is the only one just teeming with life. And it's all thanks to this incredible abundance of water. Okay, so what do these massive oceans actually do for us on a daily basis? Well, for one, they're basically the highways of our entire global civilization. Let's talk about the vital role they play in keeping our world connected and supplied. Take a look at this. Every single day, huge ships like this one are crisscrossing the globe. When you need to move really bulky stuff, we're talking crude oil, raw materials, tons and tons of food, water transport isn't just an option, it's the absolute go-to. It is the backbone of global trade, period. And here's what's so cool. It's an incredibly efficient system. I mean, the sheer scale is way bigger than any other type of transport. And get this, the ocean itself actually helps out. These natural currents can literally speed the ships up, which saves a ton of fuel. It's a really elegant and powerful system when you think about it. So the oceans are this incredible gift. They give us transportation, they give us resources, they give us life itself. And this is where our story takes a much darker turn. We have to ask ourselves a pretty serious question. For everything the ocean gives us, what are we giving back? And the answer, unfortunately, is pollution. A lot of it. The very human activities that the oceans support are also creating these huge amounts of waste. And this pollution in our oceans has become a major, major problem. And here you can see two of the biggest offenders, clear as day. On the left, you've got a disastrous oil spill from a ship, and on the right, that's untreated sewage just flowing right out into the sea from a city. Both of these are caused directly by us, and they are just devastating to the environment. The crazy part is, it's coming from everywhere. It's not just one thing. It's trash thrown from ships, it's fishing practices that just take and take, it's chopping down coastal forests, it's sewage from our factories and our cities, even digging up the seafloor. All of it contributes to this massive pollution crisis. So what's the big deal? What does all this pollution actually do? Well, it means that all the incredible, amazing life that calls the ocean home is now under a direct and constant threat. And it's because of us. Just look at this picture. This waterway is completely choked with our garbage. Our source material asks a question here, and I want to ask you the same thing. What issue is indicated in this picture? The answer, sadly, is staring us right in the face. The situation is so bad that some coastal areas are now being called death traps. Let that sink in for a second. Death traps. These are places that were once full of life, thriving ecosystems, and they're now so polluted that the animals there are literally at risk of being wiped out forever. And listen, we're not talking about some obscure fish you've never heard of. We're talking about animals we all know and love. Sea turtles, dolphins, even the incredible blue whale, the largest animal that has ever lived on this planet, are all being pushed towards extinction. The source material had this really powerful way of putting it. It asks us to imagine if the animals could talk to us. What would they say? Probably something like this. You humans are not allowing us to live properly. Some are getting killed. You must think about this situation and remove the pollution from the seas. And that plea, right there, that leads us to the biggest and most important question of all. After seeing all this, after hearing that, what are we going to do? Because now the ball is in our court. So if there's one thing you take away from all this, let it be this. The living world in our oceans is suffering. And it's suffering because of pollution caused by us. The message could not be any clearer. We have to stop this. So I want to end this by turning that final question back over to you. It's the same one posed in our source material, and it's something every single one of us needs to think about. What measures will you suggest to counter this issue? The question is now yours to answer.